Okay, so have you ever found yourself, you're really excelling at work, hitting every deadline, doing great stuff, but then that big project, the one you really wanted, it seems to go to that colleague who, well, maybe just played more golf with the CEO or somehow just knew the right people. It's that classic workplace thing, isn't it? Office politics.
Yeah,
And for most of us, honestly, that phrase just brings up images of like backstabbing or manipulation, maybe just general unpleasantness.
definitely. It has a really negative ring to it.
But what if? What if we've kind of got it wrong? What if understanding workplace influence, when you handle it with integrity, isn't just essential for your career growth?
Mm.
What if it's actually a powerful tool for driving real positive change in the organization?
That's the core tension right there.
Today, that's our mission. Let's
hmm
unpack how to master influence ethically. Okay, let's unpack this.
You've really hit on it because that negative view of office politics, it's incredibly common. You look at studies and it's like over half of employees admit they engage in it. And get this, a striking 76% feel it directly impacts their career. So it feels like something you should, stay away from.
Right, avoid it if you can.
But if you sort of strip away all that negative baggage, politics really is just how power is managed, decisions get made, and how things happen and don't happen in organizations.
Mm-hmm.
It's just part of any human system, really. A company, a team meeting, whatever. And, Plato said something wise here. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. You can't really afford to sit it out.
That's a really powerful thought because it means just being technically brilliant or working incredibly hard, which is crucial, of course.
Of course.
It often isn't actually enough on its own, not for real advancement. If you don't build those strategic relationships and understand influence, even the best performers risk being overlooked. And it's fascinating, actually. The research shows people with strong political skills. They consistently get higher performance ratings, faster promotions, and maybe, surprisingly, even less stress.
Less stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they feel more capable, more in control of navigating those complex currents in an organization. It really changes the game.
So how do you do it without feeling slimy?
Right. And this isn't about being fake or, just flattering people. It's about shifting your own mindset. Instead of thinking sucking up, reframe it internally. Think strategic relationship building. Genuinely.
Okay. Strategic relationship building.
You're essentially cultivating what we call political capital. That's your reputation, your credibility, the network of relationships that basically speaks for your work and helps open doors.
So how do you build that capital?
Well, it means actively making your achievements visible. Not bragging, but visible. Clearly connecting what you do to the organization's big goals, its priorities, and crucially, cultivating a diverse network. People inside, people outside your company.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. How do you build that capital ethically? The sources talk about Rajesh's journey. He had a setback, right?
Yeah, exactly. After a setback, he deliberately focused on building what we can think of as like 5 key pillars of strategic relationships. And it transformed his career because he focused on interactions that added value both ways. It was reciprocal.
Okay, what are those 5 pillars?
So first, his sponsor network. These are senior leaders, people who actively champion you, vouch for you, create those opportunities. Rajesh made sure he was proactively adding value to their initiatives.
Makes sense.
Second, his ally ecosystem. This is more your peer group colleagues you support, who support you back, collaborate with. Rajesh built strong links with peers like Indira in marketing, Rajesh in finance. They formed cross-functional teams, supported each other, even had, healthy debates.
And the third one, this one seems key, the gatekeeper strategy. These aren't always the top bosses, right?
Not at all. They're people who control access, maybe to critical resources, maybe to decision makers. Think executive assistants, maybe someone managing project budgets. Rajesh even mended a damaged relationship with Suresh in HR, turning a former adversary into a strategic advisor. That shows how understanding those hidden informal networks, it's transformative.
Wow, okay. And fourth?
Fourth, the influencer connection. These are the informal opinion leaders, like Mohan, in Rajesh's case, a senior architect. No huge formal title maybe, but his quiet praise. It carried immense weight.
The people everyone listens to, even if they aren't the boss.
Exactly. And finally, fifth, Rajesh embraced the Future Stars investment. This is about mentoring promising colleagues like Rohit and Kavit that he helped. Helping others rise builds this powerful, trusted network that grows with you. It's long-term, mutually beneficial.
So you build these relationships, these pillars, but then how do you actually use that influence, again, with integrity?
Well, one really powerful strategy is leveraging framing. It's not about twisting the truth. It's about understanding what truly matters to the key people you need to influence.
Like what drives them?
Precisely.
Yeah.
When you pitch an idea, connect its benefits directly to their priorities. Do they care most about market leadership, cost savings, innovation? If you tailor your message to hit their core drivers, your influence goes way up.
And it's not just strategy, right? It's also about how you show up.
Oh, absolutely. Your personal presence speaks volumes. There are these things called power tells, often unconscious signals of confidence and authority. Think about someone with an open posture, steady eye contact, maybe a slightly lower, calmer voice tone. Small cues, but they signal seriousness, gravitas.
Right.
And you can even use something called power priming. Research suggests just adopting a confident posture, like for 2 minutes before a tough meeting, it can actually boost your own feelings of power, makes you more confident, more persuasive.
Huh. Like the power pose idea. Interesting. So does all this still matter now with so much remote and hybrid work?
It absolutely does, maybe even more so.
Mm-hmm.
We see this thing called proximity bias. It's a real challenge. Remote workers sometimes get promoted less often.
Because they're less visible.
Exactly. So it means you have to be even more proactive. Strategic virtual check-ins, making sure you're visible on key projects, maybe using your in-office days carefully for maximum impact. But here's a key point. Conflict itself isn't bad. When people are invested, you get healthy conflict. And that actually drives critical thinking, brings out different viewpoints. It's vital for moving forward.
Right. You need that productive friction sometimes.
So what does this all mean for you listening?
Well, I think it means that workplace politics, influence, they're just inescapable. But crucially, they are absolutely not inherently negative. Not if you approach them right. When you approach them with integrity, with purpose, and a real focus on building valuable reciprocal relationships, they become incredibly powerful tools. They don't just help your own career path, they can genuinely drive meaningful, positive change in your organization.
Well said.
So maybe the question to leave you with is this: how can you intentionally start to wield influence with intelligence and integrity to advance the work that truly matters, both for your career and for the success of your whole organization?